Jones turns, play action, rolling left. He's got Juszczyk. Juszczyk makes the catch, and the 49ers break in. It's a touchdown, 49ers. What a sweet release.
Yeah, what a sweet release and a terrific play call, because you know Arizona's thinking, man, Mac Jones is limited. They're not going to use his legs. They run a keeper. He leaks his way around the corner, and they totally forget about Kyle Juszczyk, who bounces out wide open. Mac Jones put it on him.
There it is, touchdown, Juszczyk, and the 49ers win that game. Did not win the game against Jacksonville, something Kyle Juszczyk will address as they lick their wounds and get ready for a Thursday game. He is our 49er Player of the Week. Sponsored by Bigelow Tea. Grab a mug and tea proudly. Also sponsored by Benjamin Moore Paints. Experience the Benjamin Moore retail difference at our independently owned authorized retailers today, or at benjaminmoore.com. It's always a good conversation with Kyle Juszczyk. It's nice to have him back. Murph and Markus, Brian Murphy, Marcus Boucher, still holding it down in the morning. Juice, how you doing this morning?
Hey, what's up, Kyle?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Good to talk to you. Headed into work right now, so let's get it going.
Let's go. I mean, it's the age-old question we ask every year, these Thursday games, man. Tough on the body, yeah, but maybe is there a positive spin that you can get the taste out of your mouth from Sunday faster?
Yeah, for sure. I actually, I've grown to really like Thursday night games, and especially, like you just said, after a loss, because you really can. You can get that taste out of your mouth quickly. As soon as that last game ends, actually win or lose the previous game, we come in that locker room and we're like, all right, that's over, done with. We're moving on to the next one. And that's so much easier to do when you literally have practice the next day and you're preparing for a new opponent, and you're going to be on the field in 4 days. So definitely see that as a positive after the week we just had.
Now, that's interesting, Kyle, because we were just having a discussion about whether or not we like Thursday Night Football, and we broke it down to the assumption that fans like it, but players don't. But is there a feeling around the league that maybe players do enjoy playing on Thursday Night Football and then getting the additional rest on the back end after that game?
Yeah, that's where I think it's mixed, and it's kind of a preference. But for me, I love the fact that, we have those extra 3 days afterwards. It turns into a little mini bye week. And then leading up to the game, you don't have any full speed practices. So there's a lot of extra rest time in there, which I find beneficial. Even this early in the season, it's nice to get a few extra days and get your body right. So I'm all for it.
Now, just to defend my position, because I was the one saying I'd live in a world without Thursday Night Football. You say it's mixed. There are players that are like, man, no on this. They vote no.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think my opinion is the only one out there in the locker room, because it is at the end of the day, it is hard on your body. That is a quick turnaround. And if you get a little bump or bruise the previous week, sometimes that'll keep a guy out because they don't have the full week to recover. But it's just kind of a give and take there, and a risk that you're running.
Yeah, we know how important extra rest is, especially when you have a team that is as injured as you guys are. And Kyle, we know that injuries are a part of the game. Every team has to deal with these injuries. But what has it been like for you guys being out there without some of your leaders, like Brock Purdy for a couple games, George Kittle, Nick Bosa? What it's been like missing those guys?
Yeah, obviously it's not ideal when you're missing guys like that you just listed, like real blue chip players, captains of our team, guys that we're depending on. But I've been really encouraged with how resilient the team has been and how guys have just, stepped up, filled in their roles and played really well. Mac Jones, has 2 wins under his belt. Jake Tongas and Luke Farrell have done a great job, filling in for George. Defensive line, you've seen Bryce Huff having, big games, without Nick there. So, there's been guys that have definitely stepped up, and we're happy for how they've played, but we definitely want to get, our main guys back out there and get everyone healthy.
Yeah, we're talking to Kyle Juszczyk, our 49er Player of the Week on the UMA guest line. Kyle spinning positive going into Thursday, saying, I like it. Let's go get it right after it, not a full speed practice, and go play a game and then have some rest after that. So let's talk about things that are going on this season. You guys are 3-1. That's awesome. That's really good. 2 division wins. That's really good too. That's the flip side is that we look at something that's near and dear to your heart. That's the 49er run game has not been productive so far this year. So, Kyle, being your own sort of worst critic in terms of the O-line, the tight ends, the blocking, the running backs, what would you diagnose as what needs to change for the run game to get better?
Yeah, you know what the thing is, I don't think too much needs to be changed, and I know everyone, that's not what people want to hear. People want to hear the solution, and we're going to change that, and it's going to be fixed right away. I think it's all there. It's just been little things, on each play. I feel like we've been so close to breaking it, and it's a lot of times it'll just come down to one guy, his defender getting off his block, at the last second, or maybe something mistargeted. We were supposed to have a combination between 2 guys, and we didn't end up getting the right communication. I can't say it's been just one thing, but it is something that we're aware of, and we've always had so much pride in being a great running team and being effective. But I really will say that one of our mottos has been like we're gonna win any way necessary, and if we have to throw the ball 40, 50 times to get that win, we will. If we have to run the ball 40, 50 times, we will. It's really just, whatever is clicking for us, in that game, in that moment. But the run game is definitely, high on our priority list and something that, we're hoping to bounce back and have a good week this week.
Have you noticed a difference on the way that teams are lining up or maybe drawing up their schemes to kind of try to slow down that rushing attack this season, Kyle?
The thing is, it's not that it's been different, because I feel like for years now, defenses, they come out and show us these fronts or these personnel packages that we've never seen from them. And, we have our game plan, what they've done against previous teams, what they've done against previous offenses that are similar to ours, and then they'll come out in totally different things. And, it's something you just have to deal with. And like I said, teams have been doing this for years, and it continues to happen. Being able to do that and, have our own game plan and give them something that they're not ready for.
Yeah, well, certainly, as you know, it's part of the Niners trademark, and we had to ask about it for sure going forward, too. Hey, just a quick check-in on your quarterback. I'm going to let you play doctor, Kyle. How worried are you about Brock's foot-toe situation?
I mean, shoot, you're always concerned when your starting quarterback has something going on with them. To be quite honest, I don't know the extent of it. I know, I learned, like you guys, when Kyle said that it was bothering him after the game. I had no idea. So hopefully he's good when I get into the facility and everything's trending in the right direction. But we're going to find out here pretty soon.
The phrase turf toe. It's one of these things that's been around forever, and we're like, oh yeah, turf toe. You stubbed your toe. No. Steve Young told us last Wednesday, he goes, it's a nefarious little thing, a nefarious frickin' thing. Something was this verbiage. Can you speak to that? How much worse is it than the average fan knows? Turf toe.
Yeah, believe me, it's not fun. I've had it. I don't think mine was as bad as what Brock has dealt with. But your whole foot, turns black and blue. It's that big toe is just stuck, man. And any type of movement on it, up or down, is extremely painful. So it's not a fun injury. Props to him for, dealing with it this past week. Hopefully, it was just a minor setback and he'll be good to go. But yeah, the people out there that just, hear a turf toe and think it's, something that you can just brush off. It's not easy. It's not a fun one.
You mentioned Mac Jones and how he stepped in a couple weeks ago to get back-to-back wins for the 49ers. Would you say that maybe there is a difference or maybe more similarities that we don't know about between Brock Purdy and Mac Jones in the huddle and overall how you guys are running your offense with them?
Honestly, I would say it's pretty similar. Like they both have this quiet confidence about them and this charisma about them. In their own different styles. But they both do a great job of really commanding that huddle, understanding the offense. Like I've been really impressed with Mac, how in his first year with us, and he hasn't even been here for a full year, but our offense is extremely complex. Just when it comes to play calling and understanding all the motions and the formations that we do, and that's on the quarterback to time all those things up. And Mac stepped in and did that on the road in some pretty loud environment, at New Orleans, in a very loud environment. And that is just exponentially harder when you're dealing with everything with a silent cadence. So was very impressed with him and his ability to understand and be able to handle that.
And who knows, he may be the quarterback on Thursday. We'll see how this next 2 days of practice goes. A few more minutes here with our 49er Player of the Week, Kyle Juszczyk. Nice to have him. It's always a good conversation. You're listening to KNBR AM and KNBR FM San Francisco, the sports leader, a Cumulus media station. All right, man, we used to have Ronnie Lott on every week here on this show. I've been doing this a lot of years. And he would come on and he would say, hey, man, it's Rams week. And that was for Ronnie, it was different, man. So it's Rams week, Kyle. And I'm looking at their defensive depth chart, Braden Fisk and Kobe Turner and Jared Verse and these guys. These are the guys you're going to be knocking heads with, man. You know these guys pretty well. I know they're young. They're sort of on the newer side. There's no more Aaron Donald, thank goodness. But give me the take on Kyle Juszczyk lining up and going, going chest to chest with some of these Rams defenders this weekend to try to gain a yard. What's your scouting report?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's always a tough, gritty matchup. And like you said, this is kind of the new era of Rams defenders. But by no means has that quality or that talent gone down. These guys are legit players, and like you said, they're young, but really, really got a ton of respect for them. These guys play hard. They play physical. They're fast. So it's going to be a tough matchup for sure, but it's, one that we open and really like you said, like Rams week is one that we always get up for, and it's one that we're always excited about. Quite honestly, like I'm really excited to get in there and see what our game plan is going to be and, what we have drawn up for these guys, especially in the run game. Cause I know we always bring a little something extra. So looking forward to it, man.
Kyle, we've seen you guys wear your road white uniforms in back-to-back weeks at Levi's Stadium, but still had the home field advantage at Levi's. Are you expecting a home field advantage at Levi's South with the 49er faithful traveling down to support you guys once again in those white uniforms?
Well, I noticed you said Levi's South, and, but I sure hope so. I feel like every time we play there, we've had that advantage, so hopefully that continues. And I really think we have some of the best traveling fans. I mean, the faithful are incredible just in general, but the way that they travel to opposing stadiums, it truly does make a difference. It actually makes a difference on the field. And for them to be able to go down to LA and help us on a Thursday night, man, that would mean everything to us.
I think you're probably going to get your wish. Hey, let's rip through some fun ones to end it here. Okay, into the octagon go Robert Saleh and Liam Cohen. Who comes out?
I'm picking Saleh over a lot of people, let alone just another NFL head coach. So I'm not messing with Saleh. I'm going to give him the nod on that one.
Have you ever seen him kind of bow up at practice and kind of, I don't know, just like you've seen that side of him where you're like, okay, that's cool. I don't need that.
I mean, I haven't, honestly, I don't know if I've ever seen Saleh angry. I've seen him get excited and fired up and yelling at the defense, but never angry. So I don't want to be on his angry side.
Good stuff. Hey, and then the Instagram check-in, I mean, Kristen, you got to be a great husband when Kristen's rocking 1.2 million followers and you're rocking 535K. I mean, that's a healthy number for you, but when she's like, yeah, Kyle, I got double, how's that going at the household?
Man, she's kind of a big deal, huh? It's been awesome, man. I'm so happy for her, and things continue to get better and better, and things continue to grow bigger and bigger. And off season, they've got new launches coming out here very soon, but they just recently came out with some more NFL stuff and added, I think it's 7 more teams to the lineup.
Wow.
Obviously, we're only worried about the Niners here, but if there happen to be any listeners for any of those other 12 teams, go check out offseasonbrand.com.
Yeah, for sure. And by the way, your plea for to gain listeners for her is to go through your dogs, I see. Because you linked to, did I get the names right? Mozzarella and Pierogi are the dogs? Is that right?
Oh, yeah, those are the real stars. Honestly, Kristen and I are nothing compared to mozzarella and pierogi. Those are the true stars of the Juszczyk household.
Dude, the dogs have 20,000 followers.
Do they actually? I didn't even know that.
Have 20,000. So, and these are Samoyeds, is that what they're called?
Samoyeds. Yeah, Samoyeds. They're Siberian sled dogs. We got them both from Canada. We're obsessed with them. They've got the best personalities. Just the best family dogs, and we just love them, man.
Yeah, and Kyle, we know how creative Kristen can get when it comes to making NFL gear, but my question would be, did she make you guys any Grateful Dead gear after you, Bosa, Christian McCaffrey, and Jake Tong just went to the Spear this summer to go see the Grateful Dead?
You know what? I don't think she's too familiar with all the Deadheads yet. She didn't get to experience it herself. And quite honestly, that was my first time experiencing it. I didn't know much about them, but man, what an incredible community that is. It's so funny to, just from those couple pictures of us at the Spear, like how many people have reached out, and how many people like you feel like you have that instant connection when they're like, man, like I went to this show this year or whatever, and everyone talks about how every show is different and how they're all so special, and we really had a blast there this summer.
Okay, so Nick gave us his favorite tune. I think Kittle did too. Nick went Althea. I forget Kittle.
I think Kittle did also.
Did you have a track you go to? What's your go-to spin when you want to start spinning, Kyle? What are you going to?
Like I said, that was my first time going, so I don't know all the names. I would defer to either Nick or George, whatever they're putting on. I'm listening, or Christian. They all know a lot better than I do.
Yeah, and Kyle, to your point, man, it was just cool seeing those photos from this summer and seeing the crew hang out together. And we know how close all you guys are. We can't let you go without asking a question about your backfield buddy, Christian McCaffrey. What it's been like for you, have him back in the backfield.
I mean, it's been incredible. Obviously, like you said, that's one of my best friends, so it's been great to just have him around. But just as a teammate and as a player, you can't ask to have a better person back there. I mean, he can literally do everything. It's quite literally like the backbone of our offense. That's the guy that we're counting on in the run game, in the pass game, and I think he's done a great job. I know the run numbers haven't been there, but I think he's done a good job with what he's been given, and I think you can expect a lot more big plays from him going forward.
By the way, last one is Juszczyk. I think I've asked you this before, but brush me up. Is that Polish? What part of Eastern Europe is that?
Yes.
Polish?
Polish.
Hence the pierogi. I married a young lady of Polish descent, and her pierogies are lights out. They're so good.
Oh, yes.
Dude, a good pierogi goes
up. That's the best. Yeah, that's why pierogi was named for my heritage, and mozzarella for Kristen's Italian heritage.
I love it. And so pierogies, like she makes, I know that sometimes they're with cheese in the middle or potato, but she makes a one with a sweet, fresh plum in it. You ever had a pierogi with a fresh plum in it?
Okay, now we're talking on another level. No,
dude,
I have
with
not,
a little brown, with a little brown sugar sort of sifted over it, and it comes out of the oven warm. Oh, dude.
Hey, you know the stadium address, man. I don't even need to give it to you.
4949 Centennial, warm plum pierogies with brown sugar.
There you go.
All right. Hey, Kyle, you're always...
The locker number 44.
44 gets them. You're always very patient and conversant. Yeah. Thank you for the time. Enjoy the day at work today, and we'll watch you on Thursday. Thanks for hopping on Murph and Markus.
Yeah, thanks, Juice.
Yep. Thanks for having me, guys.